We spent the weekend at the Grutas de Tolantongo, which are absolutely amazing. You have to watch our video on that after this if you haven't yet. On our way back to Mexico City though, we're staying the night in Pachuca, and we decided to come and visit the town of Huasca, which is a pueblo mágico in Mexico. Pueblo mágico is just a culturally significant, beautiful town in Mexico. They identify these to help you know where are the pretty towns to go visit. They're kind of tourist sites and they help drive a lot of revenue for the communities. We're starting off at this nature park that has these beautiful waterfalls and this canyon with these prisms that are made of basalt, I think is what the rock is called in English. It's this dark colored rock. It looks similar to maybe places you've seen in Iceland or Ireland. It's in Mexico though. It's not quite as majestic as those places, but it's still a really cool spot. It's 100 pesos a person, or about $5, which is kind of a lot for Mexico, but you do have access to a pool as well. We didn't know that, so we didn't come prepared to swim. We didn't have a ton of time. We just came to see the waterfalls particularly because I love waterfalls. It's a beautiful nature park though. You can walk all around both sides of the little canyon, go to the bottom, see the waterfalls from all these different angles. There's also a zip line. You may be able to hear people going behind me on the zip line, but that's another thing you can pay for if you're interested in doing a zip line. So this is a fun little park. We are going to head to a Hacienda next to check out that area. After the basalt prisms, we came to the Hacienda de Santa Maria Regla. It's just like a short 10-minute drive from the park with the waterfalls and the basalt prisms. And it's 100 pesos to get in as well, which we again thought was kind of a lot. We thought this was gonna be a really quick visit, but it's actually taking us a lot longer than we anticipated because there's just so many little places you can go. We thought it would just be like going in the church, walking through the plaza, but once you go in the church, you can go underneath. There's all of these corridors and tunnels. There's this beautiful like waterfall park pond area, and we haven't even finished yet. So we're gonna try and finish the last bit of this. Definitely worth a visit. You can actually stay here as well. It's a hotel with rooms starting at like 2,100 pesos, so a little bit over like $100 a night. It's beautiful. I would come in the summer so that I could hang out at the pool because it looks beautiful, so cool. This spot definitely surprised us, and I think we may like it more than the basalt prisms. I don't know. For me, I like both of them a lot, so hard to pick, but others with us today have said that this was actually better than the basalt prisms and the waterfalls. After this, we are going to try to head to the actual town of Huasca to have some dinner and just see what it looks like before it gets dark out. ended up eating at the Hacienda, and it was good. It was not super expensive. It was, more expensive than eating on the street. It was probably, plates were around 170 to 200 pesos for the most part. There were some more expensive plates depending on what you got. So unfortunately, when we got to Huasca, the town, it was dark, and they actually were already kind of starting to take down the market and everything. So we did walk around. It's a very small town, so really it wouldn't take you very long to just kind of walk around and see the town. It looks very cute. I would have loved to see it in the daytime and see all the colors. It looks very bright. The streets are cobblestone and very cute. Lots of papel picado hanging. This area was known for mining, silver and gold, and actually that's what the Hacienda used to do. They were refining the silver and the gold that were mined in this area. And so something that's really just unique and interesting about Huasca is there's a lot of these gnomes or dwarfs or duendes in Spanish that are just stores that sell them because they say that they were in the mines, and there's just kind of this folklore around them here, which is an interesting thing that you don't see in a lot of other places. There's also different restaurants and cantinas and things in the area that have, say, they're traditional. So they have a pueblo magicos sign. So they are, I'm assuming that they are significant locations. They were closed. So those are some areas you could check out. We were able to do a little shopping for some artesanillas, and we got some bread. In Mexico, sweet bread is just delicious. All of these different varieties. We found a really yummy bakery. We also got some atole, which is a very thick, warm drink. Kind of like hot chocolate, but thicker. I think it's actually made with flour or maseca to make it really thick, and then they'll flavor it with different things. We had cajeta, which is a caramel flavor. And they also had arroz con leche. So you can definitely come, and there's lots of stands with food. You could eat in the restaurant. You can just get a snack. So many options, just typical of here in Mexico. You can always find food on the street for a good price, which is awesome. So I hope you enjoyed this little half-day trip to Huasca. Since we were driving back from Las Grutas and are staying the night in Pachuca, we thought we'd come spend a half day exploring this area. There's so much more to see and do here. Definitely worth a full day trip if you can. It would make a great weekend trip from Mexico City, or even a day trip. It's probably only about 2.5 hours from Mexico City. So if you have been enjoying our content on Mexico, be sure to check out the Grutas de Tolontongo video and subscribe for more. We'll see you next time.